Alrighty guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are rebuilding the Miami Dolphins with the 11th overall pick in Madden 26. So we on to the Miami Dolphins recently released Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb on the same day, and that changes a lot for this rebuild as well. But I think the two guys that are probably going to be taken with the Miami Dolphins are Mansour Delane or Jeremy McCoy. Obviously, there could be two or some maybe other guys that could be taken, but I think a cornerback makes the most sense here for this Miami Dolphins team. After trading Ramsey last offseason, they never really had a good cornerback rotation, good cornerback lineup at all. So you definitely need that cornerback for the future. And I feel like McCoy or Delane would make the most sense for that spot, obviously. So let's see if anybody important retired for this team to start things off. So if I can find there they are, the Dolphins. Okay. We had not really nobody important retiring at all. So we're gonna head straight into re-signing stage. Obviously this team doesn't have much cap space, but they'll have a lot more cap space after we go ahead and cut Tyreek Hill and cut Bradley Chubb like they did in real life. So that's what we're gonna do. So they would save about almost $40 million if they cut him right now. But I heard he has like dead cap, but it's no dead cap next year. So we're going to go ahead and release him. So Tyreek Hill, we'll have some dead cap, but I think cutting him makes the most sense coming off ACL. So you can save all that money. I think it does make sense. And then we'll go ahead and also cut Bradley Chubb and say you told me this team also could cut other guys if they want to. I think, didn't they cut Jameis Daniels as well? I heard something that they cut Jameis Daniels and somebody else got informed they were getting cut as well. I don't know who it was, but I'm going to go ahead and cut Bradley Chubb. But I believe they cut Jameis Daniels and one more person. I'll have to look it up to see who they cut. But I know for a fact they cut Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb. We all know that. But we'll talk about Tua in just a second. But let me figure that out really quickly. Hold on. I was correct. The Miami Dolphins did release Tyreek Hill, Bradley Chubb, James Daniels, and Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, and that clears $66 million in cap space. That's really close. We're going to go ahead and cut Jameis Daniels like they did in real life today as well. And then we're also going to go ahead and cut Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, save $3 million. He's somebody that was pretty good for the Titans last season with them. Sound the Dolphins, and he didn't really do much of anything. So now with Tua Tagovailoa, I heard a lot of things. I heard that they were trying to trade him and he didn't have much value, so they're probably going to cut him, honestly, which I feel like will likely happen as well. Maybe Malik Willis will be the quarterback, after what, the Dolphins hired. So I think they hired the Green Bay Packers. There's somebody involved with the coaching spot, somebody involved with the owner spot with the Green Bay Packers. So I feel like Malik Willis could be a starter next year. And in that scenario, do you cut Tua Tagovailoa? I think you might, honestly. So what I'm going to do is I said Larry Jackson, Austin Jackson, my bad. But I think what they're going to do is they're probably going to go ahead and release Tua Tagovailoa. Like I said, apparently they cannot find any trade for him. Now, they would take on a lot of dead cap, I heard, if they do release him. But honestly, it hasn't worked out. Tua Tagovailoa said after he got benched when he was at the end of the season that he would be, honestly, I think he said he'd be interested in parting ways with the Dolphins. So I feel like both teams need to change the scenery. Tua wasn't great for the Dolphins in these last two seasons. So I think it makes sense. We're going to free up $19 million and cut Tua Tagovailoa. Apparently, no team has interest in trading for that contract, which makes sense, obviously. And we could also trade Mika Fitzpatrick. And, like I said, there's so much more things we could do. But I'm going to focus on re-signing. You now have $124 million after doing all of that. But Kader Kohu is somebody I wouldn't mind back. Unless we don't have much cornerback depth here, I think he's somebody I wouldn't mind back on a nice 2-year deal. Re-sign Kader. Jack Jones, I'm going to let him go. I'm probably going to let Rasul Douglas go. I'm going to let him join a contender. Cole Strange. I'm probably going to let all these guys go. Darren Waller did come out of retirement to join our team. Would he be a free agent? Would he retire again? I don't know, but we're probably going to let the rest of these guys go and head straight into free agency. Yeah, so I have no interest in any of the guys. Obviously, might be Daniel got fired. He's now the offensive coordinator of the Chargers, I think so. But yeah, right now we have a pretty bad team, 75 overall across the board. This team is going to be completely rebuilt. It'll probably take a couple of years, but we're going to try our best. So obviously, Aaron Brewer was in the awards for Protector of the Year. Patrick Paul was pretty good this year as well. But also, I mean, the Dolphins have not have any good draft picks. Like I'll show you guys in this in a second. But offensively, like I said, I don't know if Quinn Ewers will be the starter next season after what he's shown. I feel like he was okay, but I don't think it was enough to say like he was probably the future quarterback of this team. They have obviously a stud running back in Devon A-Chain. Jalen Waddle's brought up in trade rumors to like the Bills and other teams as well. So we definitely needed some new receivers in the building. Definitely need to upgrade his offensive line. And then defensively, you have some talent on here like Jordan Brooks, Dotson, Fitzpatrick, but don't be surprised if we do trade Mika Fitzpatrick. And then, like I said, this Dolphins team has not hit on any draft picks. Like in the first round, they drafted Chop Robinson. I was never a big fan of this Chop Robinson pick. I never really liked it. He was not good his rookie season, really that at all. And in the second round, they drafted one of the worst guards this season in Jonah. He ended up being terrible. Apparently he was the most lowest graded left guard, which is not good for a second round pick. So we'll see if he starts again next year. But without further ado, let's get into free agency because we have a lot of work. We have a lot to work to do with this Dolphins team. Here's the Mika Fitzpatrick trade we are doing. So we're sending Mika Fitzpatrick and a 2026 third to the Las Vegas Raiders for a 2026 second round pick. So we're moving up into the draft. Good trade for the Raiders, in my opinion. They get themselves a free safety that they desperately need. They definitely need some safeties. And if they want to build a good defense, or if they haven't clicked Coop, their offense is going to be good next season. They have Mendoza, Genty, Brock Bowers. Add some receivers, add a way better defense, and I feel like this team could be maybe a sneaky playoff team. We'll see. But sending Fitzpatrick over to the Raiders and heading into free agency, here's my 5 offers, the guys I'm offering. So I'm trying to get Jaquan Brisker. He will be a great strong safety to add to this team. Dax Hill, Kobe Bryant, Rondo Moore, and Isaiah Lackley. Rondo Moore hasn't played football in a minute, but honestly, taking a shot at him, still 23 years old, I wouldn't mind assigning, all 5 of these guys. And we are going to go ahead and get Brisker and Moore, Dax Hill, Bryant, and Isaiah Lackley getting offers now. They might not sign. Damn, okay. So another guy that had interest in signing with some offensive line help, there was Leo Chenal. I didn't even see him. I was not looking at Leo. I should have looked at him first. He had interest in coming to us, but maybe he wouldn't have came. Maybe somebody like David Edwards would make some sense. Got Zion Johnson, so like somebody like that, So I think I would have interest in stealing David Edwards away from the Bills. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, Jonah was not good last year, so I think I'd have interest in signing him. And then honestly, there is like Connor McGovern, but he has 6 offers already. So maybe if we can get I'll up my offer on some of the guys we have. Jalen Thompson is here as well, but definitely should have got on the Leo Chenal hype. But Dax Hill is offered from the Bengals to come back. I'll offer a little more money, see if he comes. I don't know why anybody would want to come to the Dolphins anyway. I mean, Kobe Bryant joining the Patriots would be the ultimate switch up. I'm not gonna lie, but he would be nice as well. And then Isaiah Likely. We might not get any of these guys. We might only get David Edwards, funny enough. And, we're going to get everybody. Okay, all I got to do is up the offer a little bit, and we ended up getting all of them. So I wouldn't say we overpaid. Dude, George Pickens went to the Commanders. That would be so fun for Jane Dales. But we definitely improved this team, getting David Edwards in the building. Only him and Aaron Brewer, Patrick Claus. We do got some solid offensive linemen. We do need a right guard and a right tackle, though. We added Isaiah Likely to the room with Rondo Moore, so can't be mad at that, I guess. Defensively, though, we don't have a single star dev O-line, but defensively, we added Kobe Bryant and Jaquan Brisker. Chop Robinson will be a starter next year. We'll have to get a new right edge, though. Linebacker room with, Brooks and Dodson does not look bad. Kenneth Grant was, I believe, he was a high pick as well. So, yeah, honestly, not mad at any of this. We'll probably head into the draft now. Be drafting whoever falls. Delane or McCoy will be our first-round picks. We desperately need a cornerback one for this team. But not bad, honestly. We also need a quarterback. So, in that case, where's Malik Willis at again? So, I think that's after what? all what happened here. I think Malik Willis will make a Tua went to the Raiders. Okay, but I'm glad he didn't sign already because Anthony Richardson got cut. Is that a possibility? I don't know, but I think after it all just makes sense. After all the Green Bay Packers guys that have been brought into this team, I think Malik Willis to the Dolphins just makes too much sense. We all know it's going to happen. We might as well already just offer him a contract. So Malik Willis, welcome to Miami. We all know what's happening. It's kind of bound to happen. So Malik Willis will probably be our starting quarterback next year. So yeah, we'll see how that goes for us. Unfortunately, I don't know if it'll do well because Malik Willis is still a 71 overall, but who knows? Obviously, we'll head into the draft though. So Mansour Delane did get taken to the New Orleans Saints, which does make some sense. But if you're unaware of how every team I rebuilt and what pick I took with each of these teams, I rebuilt all 10 teams already. With the Raiders, I rebuilt them and took Mendoza, obviously. With the Jets, I did take Dante Moore before he went back to college, so we'll probably be redoing the Jets with Arvell Reese because it seems like everybody has a mock to go there. So we'll do that later. With the Cardinals, we took I believe we took Francis with that pick. And then with the Titans, we did select Ruben Bain. With the Giants, it was either between Caleb Downs or Carnell Tate. And I said in that video, if we lose Wanner Robinson, then we take Carnell Tate. But if we retain him, you take Caleb Downs. I feel like that's what the Giants are kind of debating on at this point. And we did end up losing Wanner Robinson. So you take Carnell Tate there. And then with the Cleveland Browns, I took Spencer Fano. With the Washington Commanders, I took David Bailey. I don't know if we'll fall that far, though. And then with the New Orleans Saints, we took Mekhi Lemon. With the Chiefs, we took Jeremiah Love. And then with the Cincinnati Bengals, we took the best defensive player on the board in Caleb Downs. So with this pick, we will be taking McCoy here, obviously. I feel like if Caleb Downs falls, you probably take him as well. But in this scenario, he hasn't failed. So Jeremy McCoy is going to be the pick here. We need a cornerback one, and hopefully he can develop into that. Going to be ranked number 15, draft him at 11. Hopefully he's the future superstar lockdown cornerback for this team. If Denzel Boston really makes it to the second round, I honestly think you take him. You trade Tyreek Hill, need a receiver in his place, so I will take him with the first pick in the second round. It'll be ranked number 58, draft Matt 33, and it'll be hidden dust. Welcome to the team, Denzel Boston. We have 2 second-round picks from the Mika Fitzpatrick trade, so we'll go ahead and be happy about that, obviously. We might take a trenches pick here, so we do got guys like Lee Hunter, so defensive tackle, which we probably need. We need an edge rusher as well. We need a right guard, so honestly, there's a lot of things we can go. We could take Chase here, which I think I'll do. We'll draft a guard and Chase. We do need a guard there, so Chase going to be ranked number 74, draft Matt 43. He'll be hidden depth, so he'll probably play left or right guard right away for us. So we'll take that. We have a couple third-round picks as well, I want to say. So I think we have 2. We would have had 3, but we traded up to get in the second round, which is a great thing. So Jacoby Lane is here. You got Nussmeier there. I've been some quarterbacks, low-key, but Danny Dennis Sutton would be a solid edge rusher replacement. So I think we're going to take him. So Danny Dennis Sutton be ranked number 65, draft 87. He'll be hidden depth, so he'll be another starter right away. And with my other third-round pick, my bad. So we're able to get Isaiah Likely. I would have taken Michael Trigg, but since we got Isaiah Likely, now we could honestly go with another trenches pick if we really want to. Like, what else do we really need again? Like, we don't have to start Likely next year, but I think if he signs with the team, I think he'd want to be a starter. So we have really a starter at every position in this O-line, so I'm not really worried about that right now. Defensively, maybe a defensive tackle or something. I don't know. We'll see. So there are any other defensive tackles to take or whatever. So we got like Malachi Lawrence here, Nick Singleton, Jalen Kilgore. We might need another safety. So I kind of lean towards Kilgore, I'm not going to lie. So, no, sure, Jalen Kilgore, welcome to the team. Or we need a free safety, if anything. So, if that's there, I'd love to take it, but it's just not. So we'll probably just go best player available. Funny enough, we have at least a solid starter in every position, which is kind of weird, but I guess we could take a tight end. I don't know. I don't really know what to take here. So I'm going to take a tackle, Austin Barber. So we're going to just improve the offensive line even more, 122.92. He'll be normal depth. He could be a starter right away at the other tackle spot. We'll see. That'll be our draft. I will see y'all in the lineup heading into the first season of this rebuild. Heading into the season, we're a 79 overall team across the board. We got the Buffalo Bills with the first game of the season, so in Buffalo. So the Bills are probably going to destroy us, honestly. But Jack Move also updated his draft class. So Dante Moore will be in the next year's draft class. Let's say Malik Willis does not work out. We have a bunch of quarterbacks to choose from. So shout out to Jack Move for updating his draft class. I'm going to move Chase to right guard. He'll be a 76 overall right away at guard. So that'll be a really good offensive lineman for the future. So really good pick there in the second round. So yeah, I'll definitely take that. Chase ended up being a great pick. He'll be a 76 overall right guard. He could develop him to be one of the best ones in this team. Then Austin Barber will probably start at right tackle. We might as well move him there to right tackle. So moving just a little bit of positions around, but the same positions, just they're moving to like the left side, right side. You get it. So some left guards moving over to you know what I mean. Some left tackles, left guard moving over to right tackles and the right side. So something like that. It'll be like this. I'm still gonna go and start Barber, start all the young guys. So that's what we'll do in the O line. We'll have likely Malik Willis under center this season, Devon A. Chain with Wando Robinson, Denzel Boston, and Rondell Moore as your receiving core, Malik Washington. Defensively, we have Kobe Bryant at free safety, Jaquan Brisker with Danny Dedison, Chop Robinson, Jordan Brooks, Terrell Dodson, Jordan Phillips, Zach Zeiler, Kenneth Grant. We have McCoy. I'm going to might as well put him at cornerback one right away. And then Dax Hill, Kohu, Juju Brits. And then, yeah, that's how we're doing right now. Specialist. Slot receiver is going to put his Rondo Moore. Slot cornerback is Dax Hill. And then, yeah, we'll see how this season goes. I'm going to change the schemes, offensive and defensive playbook the same. But I will see you guys at the end of the season. Unfortunately, I don't expect much in this team. Maybe Malik Willis could lead us to a wild card spot. We'll see. At the end of the season, we finish off 6-11. That might not be good enough to get the number one overall pick, which I kind of wanted so you can draft Arch Manning. But honestly, I'm cool with it. Last, if we were going to be bad, 6-11, I guess, isn't terrible. We had the worst offense in the NFL under Malik Willis. Defensively, wasn't much better. A little bit. He wasn't terrible. 30,000 yards, 22 touchdowns. 3,000 yards, not 3,000, but 1,000 yards from A-Chain. I still think this playbook isn't really the best either. So, actually, it's not really as bad as I thought from this team. I'm not gonna lie. Even though the offensive playbook's pretty bad, defensive playbook. We had 12.5 sacks from Dennis Sutton, which is a great start for his rookie season. 8 from Zach Zeiler, 7.5 from Chop Robinson. Jimmy Charlo with 5.5, 4.5 from Kenneth Grant, 2 from Dax Hill. Interceptions, we had 2 from Dax Hill, 2 from Dodson, 1 from Kohu, 1 from Kobe Bryant, 1 from McCoy. So definitely don't love that season, but it's fine. I'll see you on the offseason. All right, so season recap. The Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson got himself one over the Packers. Joe Burrow, Super Bowl MVP. Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year going to Jamar Chase. Defensive Player of the Year going to Max Crosby with the Raiders if he's still going to be there this offseason. Offensive Player of the Year going to Jeremiah Love. Defensive Rookie of the Year going to Anthony Hill Jr. for the Cincinnati Bengals. So did anybody retire in the offseason? Something we check all the time. No, nobody retired in the offseason for us, which is great. Okay, so we'll head straight into re-signing stage now. Just worried about trying to make this team better. Our team overall did improve. It's like an 82, so we'll take that. But, all right, what do we got? So we got Devon A-Chain. Well, if it was a no-brainer, it's probably going to get a huge extension this offseason. So re-sign Devon A-Chain, man. Jordan Brooks, star dev. We could let him go, but he's a solid Mike linebacker. I think I'd like to have him back. So we do bring him back on this team. Chop Robinson, the 50-year option, which we'll go ahead and accept. Still 24 years old, still relatively young, so we'll bring him back. Terrell Dodson is cheap. He has interest in coming back. Former Bill as well, so we'll go ahead and he actually does not want to stick around. So, as a Bills fan, he left us to join the Dolphins, which was kind of. But I guess I don't think was he even in the league or I don't know. I look forget what happened. Brits is good cornerback depth, so I wouldn't mind bringing him back for a year, so he'll stick around. Aaron Brewer, it's usually hard to find an 85 overall center, so if he wants to stick around, I like to have him back, and he will test for agency. So might lose Aaron Brewer there. Franchise tagging will cost It's not a lot, 18 million. I think I would do it. That's we do need a center pretty badly. So we'll franchise tag Aaron Brewer. That's these are really good offensive linemen. Like I said, was in the running for protector of the year. I don't think he should be even normal dead. I think he should be a lot better than that. But we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll see how this we'll see how this lineup is looking like heading into free agency. So Lee Willis probably won't be our starter next year. And it was up to a 74 overall with +1. Chase, so nobody really improved on this offensive line to star dev, which sucks. I mean, Isaiah Likely went up to star dev. Denzel Boston's a star dev. Waddle. So not much improvement on offensively. Defensively, we have McCoy, Dax Hill, and then Kohu. I mean, not much to be excited about in this defense still at all. I mean, Sutton was pretty good for us, but still have some work to do, obviously. We have the money to do it, so why not? I'm trying to get Jack Campbell, Tucker Kraft, Brian O'Neill, and Clyde Kanzi. We're number 2 on both of these guys, bro. It's really disappointing. But there's a chance they still come here. We have one more offer. We could go after Zay Flowers if we want to, but I feel like him and Waddle are kind of similar in a way that I kind of don't want to. And like I said, those would be the main guys I'm interested in. Like I said, if we don't get him, it'd be disappointing. At least give me one of Jack Campbell or Tucker Kraft. I would want Campbell more, though. We are going to go ahead and land. Oh, I'm going to land all 4. That's incredible. So, once again, free agency has been great. Flowers into the Rams. That's a better fit for him anyway. Him and Nakua, aren't really that similar. So, that's a better fit for him. All right. So, just like that, we were able to add Brian O'Neill on this team. He'll be a great. If somebody is -3, but whatever, he'll still be a starter for us. So yeah, we got a good right tackle in the building. So O-line continues to look good, and then defensively, we're able to add Jack Campbell to the building. We'll probably move him to Will or Jordan Brooks to Will. Shouldn't really matter too much. So I'll move Jordan Brooks to Will linebacker. So Jack Campbell can stay his original position, even though last year Jordan Brooks really good as a Mike. He'll slide over to the Will linebacker spot. So, and he will still stay, 82 overall, but it's fine. All right. We'll have, Jack Campbell and Jordan Brooks. That's fine. And then, yeah, I mean, the defense does not look bad. I'm not going to lie. Could use some upgrade. That starters 100%. Maybe Khalid Bryant isn't the best free safety. Maybe he's more of a nickel. But that's fine with me. We could just draft the free safety, have him come off the bench. That's fine. And yeah, I'm liking this a ton. We still need a quarterback heading into the draft. If there's anything else we could sign, like, do we need like a backup running back? No, we have Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright. Forgot about them. So no, not really. I don't really want to sign. I like what we have at cornerback right now. I want to get to develop this, and then yeah, I mean Mac Jones, Fields, Will Levis. I'll just head straight to the draft, man. So I'm liking this. We'll probably be drafting a quarterback in the first round, and then probably some more stuff in the second round, obviously. But we'll see though. So unfortunately, we had the 5th overall pick in the NFL draft. So the Commanders had one. They took Jeremiah Smith. The Vikings had 2. Gave up McCarthy and took Arch Manning. Okay. The Saints took Dante Moore. The Texans gave up on C.J. Stroud and took Julian Saint. That's crazy. Okay. So right now on the board, I don't want to take Lenore Sales. I remember taking him in the last Dolphins video. So it's between Lagway or Manish. And if I can remember, Darian actually transferred to Miami from Duke. So he's actually from Miami College. So maybe, I don't know. I never took him, so it might be fun. Lagway, I know his stats ratings aren't that good, so part of me don't really take him. He has elite throw power, so he has a good arm. He can run really good. I don't know. I feel like if he just works on his passing, he'd be a little better, but his passing grades aren't good. I know Sellers is pretty good. I don't know. I never took Darian Manish though. He has B. Okay, so far he has the best key rating so far. He looks good, man. I mean, I never took him. He's from Miami. Screw it. Welcome to the team, Darian Minshaw. He's going to be rated number 118 draft my 5. That was a reach. I got to say, that was a reach. But Darian Minshaw, welcome to the Miami Dolphins. I took you over, DJ Lau, which might have been a mistake, but he's still going to be a pick here. Maybe we made a mistake, but I'm believing in him. All right, so in the second round, I'm going to be taking my free safety in Koi Perch here. I have to say, Ron Williams was on the board, but I feel like we have much bigger needs as a team. So right number 15, draft him at 37. I know he's one of the best free safeties in the draft class. That's why I went ahead and took him. The draft is paused, so for some reason, so I guess I should unpause it. Not that it would matter, but I guess you should unpause it. And then, yeah, we can see we can draft for our third round pick. And yeah, I mean, we'll see how this lineup looks like. So, funny enough, Sellers fell around two as well. So, Poiser, we could take an edge rusher, Derek Williams. There's some good corners. Nick Harbert's here. John Mateer, AJ Harris. No, he's pretty good. I don't know. Dalton Brooks. Got Jackson Jr. I don't know. It should be interesting to see who we pick. We don't really need a linebacker. Julio Humphrey. I don't know. I mean, like I said, we might take this guy, and then, like I said, if he's Chop Robinson is performing the way you want him to, he's rated number 26 draft at 69. So there's a chance he'll start over Chop. I know acceptance is fifth year option, but if he's better right away, we gotta start him, right? But we'll see. All right, heading into the season, we're 84 overall team, 85 offense, and 83 defense. So I think I would change one of the playbooks this time. But here's how the lineup is looking like heading into the season. So Mensah would actually be coming off the bench for Malik Willis and Carson Beck. I'm going to start him. So Darian Mensah is going to be the starter right away. I'm not benching him. If they somehow manage to make him come off the bench, I'm going to be mad. But we got Waddle, A-Chain, Mensah. Boston once again added another weapon in Tucker Kraft, upgrade the offensive line with, Brian O'Neill, which will take that. And okay, defensively, we're probably going to start Koi Perch right away. And then the guy we drafted is 77 overall, not quite better than Chop. We added Jack Campbell to this defense, Kalai Kansi with Zeitler and Kenneth Grant. They drafted me another safety in Smith, so I guess they came prepared. We got McCoy, year number 2, Dax Hill with Cater Cove. So we'll see how this goes. Specialist, slot cornerback is Ronald Moore. Slot receiver is going to be German McCoy. And then, we'll probably change this offensive playbook, honestly, because it wasn't that good last year. I remember the defense is actually pretty solid. So we're going to just change the normal scheme to like a base 3-4. So base 3-4. I'm going to change the defensive playbook. Obviously, Mike McDaniel is the coach no more. Running it base 3-4. Usually the playbook that is pretty good is the Steelers' Mike Tomlin. Even though Mike Tomlin isn't there anymore, I'm still going to run it because it's usually, I haven't ran this in a minute because I've been running 4-3 a lot, but 3-4 is the playbook they're running here, and then, that's what we're going to run. I guess we could change the scheme to maybe something better, or will it be fine at whatever it is at? Okay, we'll just move the vertical zone run. All right. After that, Mensah should be the starting quarterback this year. That's if they figure out a way to bench him, I'm going to be mad, but hopefully they don't. I'll see you guys at the end of this season. So yeah, we'll do that. We did it. We actually made the playoffs this year at 10-7. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this. So Darian Mensah was really good year number 1, I'm guessing. So offensively finished off 26 in the NFL. Okay, I did change the defensive playbook though. It was 16, so this team made it in, bro. So Mensah was pretty good. Almost the exact same stats as Malik Willis, but at least he showed that he could be a starting quarterback in this league. A-Chain, I feel like he'd be used a lot more, I'm not going to lie. Receiving, I know what playbook to run. I know exactly what playbook to run the offseason. You guys will see, because not having that was the receiver once again is, but sacks-wise, we had 10 from Sutton. We had 10 from the other edge rusher, and he was coming off the bench for Chop Robinson. So, Chop Robinson, man, it might be time to pack the bags. We got Tatum, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but he is the future edge rusher next to we have his son. We had 4 picks from Jack Campbell. We did have a pretty good offseason. I can't lie. It's probably why I made the playoffs. But in the wildcard round, we have the Denver Broncos. So we're faced off with a pretty good team. Do win our division? No, the Bills still won that. The Patriots still got in the playoffs as well. So, yeah, this was a tough AFC East. We got the Broncos. We'll see. All right, we got the Denver Broncos in Denver here. It is a chance we could play in Miami if we could beat the Denver Broncos. But so far, no scores yet heading into the second quarter. The Dolphins haven't won a playoff series, and I believe, I think it's been 20. It's been a minute. I know it's a really long number. I don't know the exact number, but I think they haven't won a playoff game in the 2000s. I think that's it, but that sounds crazy. We get a fumble recover by Brisker and go up 7-0. This would be our chance. The defense has been performing incredibly, but we do let up a touchdown as soon as I say that. But so far, it's 7-7. We're going to go now 14-7. I do trust Minsah to go ahead and tie this game up. And does he? He doesn't. We're going to lose 14-7. So, I mean, if I would have hopped, then we would have won. I did trust them. Maybe I shouldn't have. We're going to lose, and it's back to the drawing board for us. We did make the playoffs this year, so I have to step in the right direction. The Atlanta Falcons beat the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl with Michael Penix Jr. Super Bowl MVP, Joe Burrow MVP. Tim Stevens is the Titans coach here. Okay, he also won Offensive Player of the Year. Joe Burrow, Defensive Player of the Year, going to Jeffrey Simmons, Amin Hardy of the Ravens, running Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dylan Stewart of the Panthers. Winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Did anybody retire offensive before they head into the offseason? We had Johnny Hecker, our punter, call it quit. Other than that, we can head straight into re-signing stage. Recently to re-sign. So $48.2 million. So Kenneth Grant's a fifth options will accept. Kohu 80 overall. I think I'd like to have him back. 29 years old, sure. All right. Brett's, we're gonna let him go. Patrick Paul has interest in coming back. The 82 overall. We don't have much money though, so we have to make sure we are smart about what we do here. But yeah, I think I choose Brewer over him though. I'm not gonna lie. But if he still doesn't want to come back, I don't think a franchise tag could be in play this time. But we'll see. Aaron Brewer, what does he say? I'm offering the most I can. He sticks around. And then Patrick Paul, how much would he cost? He would cost mostly everything. Man's asking for a lot. Okay. I think we let Patrick Paul test the market and everybody else test the market, obviously. Unless there's any obvious cuts that we can do that we can save money, I don't think there is at this point. So we're just an expensive roster right now. Jalen Waddle's taking up most of our cap space, so I mean, I'm not gonna trade him or anything, but he is making a bag. I'll say that. We can't restructure anybody either. That would save a lot of money. So either we let him go or we don't sign anybody in free agency, which could be something that we could consider. But I'm gonna leave my money at least open heading into free agency. So all right. 85 overall team across the board heading into free agency though. So Maine is up to a 78. I feel like we changed the playbook. He'd be a lot better. Here's how the O-line is looking. Not bad at all. We do need a left tackle, though. Waddle, Boston, need a receiver 3 now to probably be drafted. So there's some stuff. Defensively, it looks pretty good. Jordan Brooks is down, though, to like a 79 overall. So Chris Cole will be the starting will linebacker over him. Could we cut him and save money? Just wondering. We could save about, not much money at all. So I guess that contract that I paid him isn't the best, so maybe I shouldn't re-sign him. But Chris Cole will be the starter, I guess. Corey Purchase up to a superstar dev. Jaquan Bridges up to a superstar dev. So both of our safeties are now superstars. I was hoping McCoy went up to superstar dev, but no, not yet. Dax Hill, Gator Cove. So only thing I'm worried about here in the defense is maybe we get a better defensive tackle. And then offensively, it's obviously left tackle and then potentially a receiver 3. But that's it. Do it, but I would love to get Joe Alt on this team. We haven't had like a superstar offensive lineman, and he would be perfect. He will go ahead and sign with us. We get Joe Alt. So welcome to the team. That was the only guy I wanted. Took up most of our money, but I feel like he was worth it. So Joe Alt is the left tackle we're bringing in, and that completely complete this offensive line. We're able to get one of the best O-lines here in Joe Alt. So that's great. We only had superstar depth linemen. I was waiting on that. We got our guy in Joe Alt. This probably makes us one of the best offensive lines in the league. And then like I said, all we need is a receiver 3 now, and this offense is the only position of need. And then defensively, like I said, our guy will be starting at right edge this year next to Sutton. Not much things I'm worried about anymore heading into the draft. Obviously, we couldn't win after DeJean, but I'm fine with this corner room. Like I said, I'm comfortable in it. I've been comfortable in it since honestly year number 2, but yeah, I'm liking it. We could have maybe upgraded from Kohu and maybe went after DeJean, but I'm cool with it. We'll head into the draft now. Vita Vea went to the Saints. Could have went after him as well, but Joe Alt, in my opinion, was the perfect fit. So we'll have pick number 21 in the draft. We'll see what's on the board for us to take. So we got Raiola. Don't need a quarterback anymore. Don't need any of this stuff. So you got Mike Matthews on the board. You got Casey Poe. You got Donovan. Center. But I think the position that we desperately need the most is receiver right now. So receiver three, you got Mike Matthews here. I think he's probably going to be the pick here. So Mike Matthews, welcome to the team. Going to be ranked number 53 draft at 21. Will be hidden depth. So welcome to the team. Mike Matthews, Malachi Tony would have been great. Went to the Commanders. The Commanders is getting every good receiver, bro. But now at this pick, we can take a defensive tackle. I would love to go after that if possible. What do we got? So we got Marcus Deal. We got, John Walker, Jared Geel. I'm going to take Deal. We'll hope he's good for us. He's a top fit for our team. 125, 53. He's hitting dev, which is great as well. And then with our third round pick, we'll just probably draft BPO, best player. Oh, no, BPA, my bad. Best player available. Okay. You got Malachi Nelson. You got a couple wide receivers once again. I'm gonna take Ethan O'Connor here. We might as well take another. I took a. That's my bad. I took the complete wrong player. No, whatever. That's on me. I tried to take a. I was going too fast. That's on me. Well, it's fine. I'll see y'all heading into the season. 88 offense and 85 defense. We're going to hope this team is good enough to make the playoffs, at least do what they did last year and get in. So offensively, we have a pretty good offensive line. Joe Alt, David Edwards, Aaron Brewer, Chase, and Brian O'Neill. Tucker Kraft and Isaiah Likely as our tight ends. We got Darian Mensah. We got Devon A-Chain. We got Jalen Waddle, Denzel Boston, Mike Matthews, and Trader. We'll just see before we draft it, I guess. And then defensively, Deal ended up being a pretty solid player, I guess. We got two superstar dev safeties. We got a really good Mike and Jack Campbell. We got two really good editors. We got Chris Cole. We got McCoy, Dax Hill, and Kader Kohu. So I'm liking this a ton. Slot receiver will be Mike Matthews this year. Slot cornerback will once again be our guy McCoy. We will change this offensive playbook a lot. So we'll change this playbook to we might as well run the Giants. Like the Giants playbook, if you want to get A-Chain involved while still having probably like 2 to 3 1,000-yard receivers, I think the Giants playbook is the way to go. So we'll run that. And then, yeah, hopefully this team could be good enough to make the playoffs, which I think it will be. I'll see y'all at the end of the season. Tick was a playbook change for us to go completely off. We got better every single season. I think we were 8-9. The Dolphins were 8-9. This season went 6-11, 10-7, making the playoffs thing, and then we're going 14-3. So yeah, really amazing stuff there from our team. As you can see, we got Darian, top 3 in passing yards, and we got Mike Matthews, 3rd in receiving yards. In just his rookie season, he's already the best receiver on this team. Offensively, we were 2nd in the NFL with Darian Mensah. Defensively, we were 3rd in the NFL. So that said, things are clicking, bro. Offensively, stats, we had about 4,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, 12 picks. So Darian Mensah is the QB of the future. He's been in Miami for a minute as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if he get drafted to the Dolphins, bro. 1,230 yards and 11 touchdowns from Devon A-Chain. Running backs were definitely involved in this playbook too. Mike Matthews, 1,321 yards, 16 touchdowns. Waddle finally had 1,000 yards, man, with 8 touchdowns. Boston, 840, 11 touchdowns, 600, basically 700 yards and 5 touchdowns from Kraft. And then defensively, we had about 16 and a half sacks from this guy, Tatum. So Tatum is honestly him, bro. Was not expecting him to be that good, but he was. 10 from Sutton, 3 from Brooks, 2 from Cole. So our edge rushers did mainly all the pass rushing, which makes sense. And then picks, we had about 2 from Kobe Bryant, 1 from Purge, 1 from Cole, and 1 from Stevens. So not many interceptions, but Kobe Bryant definitely got some at the backup safety spot. But all right, we won't be playing in the wildcard round, obviously. So we'll see. So the Patriots were the team that made the 7th seed in our division, but we'll see who our matchup is. Hopefully it's not a tough opponent. We still need to get it done. Win though. It is the Chiefs, so the pretty tough opponent. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so we're faced with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're coming over to Hard Rock Stadium, though. We'll see if we can finally get a playoff win here. In at this point, 30 years, man. All right, we're now 7-0, so not looking good. We're going to tie it up 7-7. They're going to go 14-7. before half. We're not going to do anything. We're going to get the ball back with the punt. We're going to punt back, and they're going to go 21-7. So we need to make a comeback on us. The offense has went dry here in this one, basically. So, all right, we'll see. So nobody jumped up to like X Factor or anything on this offense after that season, which sucks. But low key, that's a good throw, which that is a dot. They're not gonna catch Kraft either. Oh my goodness, I'm not gonna lie, that was just a crazy play. We gotta get the ball back though. We gotta stop this Chiefs offense and then win this game, hopefully, which we do. We get a stop, a 4th and 10 stop. Can I just do that again? That was so clean, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the catch, the throw, that was probably the best one. I hopped in and immediately scored. We might be able to do it again. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's not gonna be a touchdown this time, but so far that play has literally been the go-to. Tucker Kraft has gotten open every time on that play, and I'm happy we got him in Likely. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good, tight end duo, 100%. All right. Okay, I might be looking at Waddle here on this comeback route, and can he catch that? He does. Jalen Waddle, and just like that, we're at the 2-yard line. I'm just gonna punch this ball in. One of the best running backs in the NFL, Devon Achane. So they should be able to get in the end zone here, which he does. We're stopped at the 1. Okay, if we score, I might go for 2. We'll see. Depends how I'm feeling. Because that's being crazy aggressive. I'm not gonna lie, going for 2 here. But we honestly could. We need to score now, so I'm not even gonna try to waste out any type of clock. We're gonna run it once again. They're not really, So we're gonna run this in. 8 chain scores, and then I'm gonna see if I can get a stop on defense. I'm gonna see if they can get a stop on defense. So. They are. So we're going to get another stop. The defense is locked the freak in, bro. And just like that, all we need to do is get down the field. We could run out the clock if we wanted to now. So I'm going to run this with Devon Achane, start things off. Good blocking. Can I house this? Oh, my. Oh, okay. Kelly definitely got there in time. But just like that, we get a huge run from Devon Achane to start this drive off. We have 2 timeouts left. You can see him running all the way to hawk me down there. But we might take this into the 2-minute warning, which I will. So 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Actually, I really do want to hike this, so I'm not going to lie. I am. Maybe that wasn't the best decision. I'm not going to lie. But can we hit Kraft? What a catch from Tucker Kraft, bro. Oh, my goodness. This guy is just freaking him, bro. Don't forget how good Tucker Kraft is just because he's injured. I mean, what a crap, bro. I for sure thought he dropped that, but no, he didn't even. So, perfect time to put on 2 clock here and run halfback stretch to our guy Devon Achane. So, even if we don't score, it's whatever. So, good blocks. Oh, okay, we're going to get absolutely hit stick there. So, we're going to get slammed to the ground. But, all right, going to continue to put this 2 clock on. And then, like I said, score, don't score. They might start calling their timeouts, though. But we're going to make sure we get this first down. We're tackled at the 1. They're going to call timeout. Okay. Smart for them to do, I guess. Okay. Part of me is wants to take a kneel. Like, I think I honestly might. After this, I'm taking a kneel after this. So I'm gonna go down. Okay, just tackle me. They tackle me. All right, they're gonna call a second timeout. I'm going to go ahead and take a kneel. I said I don't want Mahomes to get the ball back at all. So I'm going to make sure he use his last time out here. So I'm going to take a knee. We will lose a yard, but it makes sense. We're still in field goal range. It's whatever. So I'm going to make sure he uses his last time out because we're going to kneel the ball here. And they're going to call a timeout. So now we can score if we want to. So what do we want to do here? So do we score a touchdown? Or do we potentially just wait it out and basically have no time left and then kick the field goal? We'll see how this play works out. Okay, we're stopped at the 1 anyway. I actually tried to get in, but do we go for this? I'm just gonna kick it. Actually, I'll see if I can make him jump first. We'll see if we can make him jump. I'll actually never do this. Was 2 clock not on? So why was it not taking out time? Well, we stop the clock ourselves. That's fine. So I'll check back in with you guys when it's 5 seconds left. Just give me. I decided I'm going to go ahead, like I said, just call timeout here with 2 seconds left, and then we're going to go ahead and kick our field goal. We're not going to give Mahomes. We're going to give Mahomes little to no time with his ball as a Bills fan. Trust me. We have PTSD from this. So we're going to give Mahomes 26 seconds left, which honestly, might be too much time. I'm gonna hop in on defense and make sure he doesn't score. So 22 seconds after the field goal. I mean the kickoff. So okay, runner on cover sky 3 here. We'll see. I'm gonna use her. I try to use her camo. I guess I'm bull rushing now. It's gonna be intercepted from who other than German McCoy, and just like that, it's gonna be a pick six. That's ending the game off on a high note. McCoy, the first round pick, the theme of the video, gets a pick six to go ahead and get us locked into the AFC Championship game. He also locks us into our first playoff win in about just over a decade at this point. It's probably our first playoff win in the 2000s. I got to look that up and see when the last Dolphins playoff win was because that is insane. McCoy saves the day. Fleeing the NFL Super Bowl, and we have the New York Giants. So a team that could potentially be on the run. We'll see what happens here with John Harbaugh. We're up 14-0 to start this one off. We get a fumble recovered by Chris Cole and another fumble recovered by Jaquan Brisker. We're going to get a field goal off that one, though. They're going to get another fumble recovered by Isaac Smith. We're at the 4-yard line here, as I guess we tried to score, but we didn't do it. But all right, we're up 17-0. And they're finally going to put up their points. And just like that, after that rush, I think this game is over. I think we got another pick, which is crazy. But this game is over. We're going to win 17-7. And just like that, the Miami Dolphins are officially Super Bowl champions. I'll let you guys watch the championship celebration. But after that, I want to see how many interceptions did we get in this video? Because I think we got like 4 or 3. Might be wrong on that, but I got to see.